Hey everyone, it's Sophia. Welcome back to Sophia's Art Studios, and today is a very special video because today, April 14th of 2018, marks 2 years since I started this YouTube channel right here. So, as you can tell, the channel has grown quite a lot since then. There's been changes, there's been improvements, I've grown as a person, my art style has grown, my art capabilities have grown, and I just wanted to continue on this tradition that we did last year, and hopefully it'll become a tradition as we continue, which is to do a marker challenge. And the amount of markers I use is the amount of years that I've been on YouTube. So last year was a 1 marker challenge. As you remember, I did have some guests on the channel, but this year is going to be a little bit different. It's just going to be just me, and then I'll be having a voiceover as I create the image. So usually with my marker challenges, I have the drawing pre-drawn before I select the markers, but this time I just want to try something different and see what I can create based off of the colors that I get. I'm actually going to be picking the markers in a bit of a different way because I do have them organized in pots. I will show you how it is. So I have them organized based off of their color groups. So I have blues here, like blue-greens, greens, earth browny tones, yellows and oranges and reds, and I've also got purples and pinks and peaches and all that stuff. And then here I've got grays. Yes, so my marker collection has grown significantly since last year. I also got here some flesh tones, and these are all very different markers. The quality and variety ranges from these quite inexpensive Huhu Hero art markers to slightly better quality, such as Letraset Pro markers, Prismacolor Premier markers, these fine color. The skin tones are all fine color markers, and I also have a couple of Copic markers, but I don't know if I want to use these in this video just because I kind of want to work with these and also be a bit too much. But yeah, also if you don't have this many markers, it doesn't matter. I've just been growing the collection slowly over the past couple of years. I started with just a 24 set of Prismacolor Premier markers, then I added some more Prismacolor Premier markers. Then I got this 82 set of Huhu Hero markers. These are great for practicing. I wouldn't suggest using them if you want to sell your pieces. I don't sell my pieces, so it works just fine. Then after that, I got a few Letraset Pro markers and these fine color markers, and then right here. And then just a couple of months ago, maybe 1 or 2 months ago, I got a couple of Copic markers, which once again, I won't be using in this video. Okay, I am talking way too much. Let's start picking the colors. So the way I'm going to be doing this is, since I won't be showing my face, you'll just have to trust me that I am closing my eyes. And you guys all know I'm a very trustworthy person, okay? So you'll know that my eyes are closed. And I'm going to be going in and picking out a marker from each of these individual groups. And so I have 1 marker from each color group, and for the slightly larger ones I might pick 2, because I don't want to mess all this up. It did take a while to organize. And then I'll be mixing them up all around the table and picking from those. There we go. So I'm going to start with the fine color markers. Just take that, since it's a smaller pack, I can mix them up. So from here I'm going to pick 2 markers, and then I'll pick 2 from each. I think it's better than just 1 because you don't really have too much variety. Okay, so my eyes are closed now, so I'm going to mix these all up. They're very tightly closed. and I'll pick 2 markers. Okay, so Skin White and Flesh. Now let me put the rest of these markers back, and we'll be back to talk to you in a second. I'm not sure it's in the exact correct order, but whatever. Okay, so that is one group down. Many to go, so I'm gonna kick this into time lapse. Remember, my eyes will be closed. You will trust me on that, and let's just get to it. Okay, whoa. Okay, so here are all the markers that have been picked out. It's falling. Okay. Oh no. Okay. I can't hold them all. These are all the markers. Yes, very random. And then from these I'm going to pick 2. This is going to be real interesting. Okay, so obviously, since some of the different markers have like different body shapes and stuff, I'm gonna mix them all up separately, and then I'm just gonna dip my hands and like take whatever I touch. So this is gonna be interesting. Let's go. Again, my eyes are closed. Oh, I'm really nervous. I'm gonna probably get some really bad colors. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. So I've got a dark blue. This is violet blue, even though it doesn't really look violet at all. And this is a cool gray 9, which is basically almost like black. So this is going to be one dark piece. I was hoping to get some perhaps lighter colors to blend, but nope. Now I'm going to put these back where they came from, and that'll take a while, so I'll see you when that's done. So here are the markers once again for you to take a look at. Okay, so I've got this piece of scrap paper. It's just a smaller piece. Like I cut this. So yeah, I'm going to test the markers on here and see what we've got to work with. Okay, at least they go well together. Let's see how these blend. I'm glad I got at least one brush marker so I can make those varied lines. And yeah, they blend together okay. See, there isn't really much problem with using multiple brands of markers. I think it's pretty useful, especially when you're building up that collection. Okay. So I'm guessing it's going to be some sort of night scene, so you can probably tell from the color palette. So I think I'm going to think about this for a second first, and I'll be back to do the speed paint. Okay, I'm going to be back in just a little bit with the speed paint, and then you'll have a voiceover which will be talking you through the rest of the video. Okay, so I will see you then. Okay, so we're back. Anyway, at the beginning of this video, I failed to mention that the voiceover part of this video, of this YouTube anniversary special, is that this is going to be a Q&A. This whole voiceover part is going to be a Q&A, and I'm not really going to be talking too much about the piece. So, with that being said, I'm going to be trying to pronounce everyone's names here. I really hope I do pronounce them correctly. And I'm very sorry if I don't. But anyway, let's get straight into it with the first question. So MNationX asks, when did you start drawing? So I've really been drawing my whole life, but it wasn't really until I turned 10 that I realized that, oh, I can get better at drawing, I can watch YouTube. And I was mostly following tutorials. Some great channels that I follow tutorials from were Mark Crilly and Easy Drawing Tutorials. So yeah, basic stuff. I was just copying these tutorials as closely as I could, which really got me into drawing, and I loved it. So short answer is I started drawing when I was 10. Gab Munich asks, what made you want to start YouTube? So, like I said before, I started watching YouTube tutorials when I was, younger, and I thought it was so cool that, you could teach people online how to draw, and I hadn't realized it yet, but I also really enjoy the editing aspect of making videos, and I thought it was really cool, you can create your own content for other people to watch and enjoy, and that really, it just kind of really inspired me, especially watching videos from other artists, and not even just artists, but animal YouTubers, also gaming videos, just so many different genres of YouTube. They all just collectively inspired me to make a channel, and when I was deemed old enough by YouTube and by my parents and all that stuff, I just asked if I could do it, and they said yes. So I've been having lots of fun since then, and here we are 2 years later, and I'm still going, which I find quite surprising. So yeah, that's what made me want to start YouTube. Megan Anderson 17 asks, did you take art classes? So I am still in school, and obviously we have our art classes, but I mean, we only have an hour and a half a week. It's really not very much. We can't really go into extensive detail in 1.5 hour sessions a week. It's really not enough. So I wouldn't consider that as taking art classes. But apart from that, yes, I have taken art classes. For the most part, I consider myself self-taught, because everything that I show you here on YouTube is all stuff that I've learned myself. But I did take some painting classes when I was younger. I took painting classes for a while where I did oil painting and acrylic painting, but I never really picked it up and started doing it at home. And also every summer I take an art class at the same place, and I think that's where I've learned the most. It's really an extensive course, and the first year I learned how to draw properly, how to see things, and second year, on the second summer, I started doing oil painting, and that was a lot of fun, but a lot of realism, which I really enjoy. In case you don't know, I really enjoy painting in realism and drawing in realism. I just don't tend to show that as much here on YouTube. But if you would like to see more on that, then you can let me know down in the comments. So yes, the short answer, yes, I have taken some art classes. I just don't take regular classes. Hopping Hammy Official asks me, what is your favorite piece of artwork you've ever created? And also, Charlie41111 asks, what drawing are you most proud of as well? So, I'm going to be answering both of the questions at the same time because they're the same question. So, this is actually a really, really hard question because, for the most part, artists were never 100% satisfied with what we've created. It's really hard to think of every single piece of art I've ever created, but I think for this one I'll just have to look at my Instagram and look at what I've made. So I think I'm just gonna choose from my Instagram which one I like the most. It might not be my favorite piece that I've ever created, but they're like some of my favorites from Instagram. So I think one of my favorites from Instagram is the Deadpool drawing that I did back in September of 2017, and I love that. I just think it turned out really realistic, and that was my goal. I really wanted it to be a realistic piece, and I think it turned out pretty well. And I don't think I haven't really made a piece that I think holds up to that standard of realism for a while, for a pretty long time. Well, since this. Yeah, I guess I'd say that one is my favorite from Instagram. So the next question is from Demsh, which is, what is your favorite thing to draw? So, in general, I love to draw portraits. I love drawing people, whatever style it is. I like drawing people. Like you see, I'm drawing people here. This is a more cartoony style, but I also draw in like semi-realism, realism, extremely cartoony. So I think as a subject, people is my favorite subject to draw. What drawing do you hate the most? Asks BreePants67. So, wow. Like I said before, as artists, we are never 100% satisfied with our work, and a lot of time is spent hating our work and just kind of looking at our work and thinking, oh, I hate this. I need to draw better, But I think if I'd have to choose, I'm going to once again do this from Instagram and not every single piece of artwork I've ever created, because that would take a while. There are a couple. There's one that from October 27th of 2017, so this was during Inktober. Yeah, it was a very quick sketch. I was feeling sick during this time, so I didn't have much energy, but that still doesn't excuse this bad sketch. I really didn't like it. I also made, again during October, a couple of days earlier, of a clock, of an alarm clock. I really don't like that either. It looks very lopsided, and just the perspective is not right. There's no good shading or anything. And then if I look farther back, yeah, this from April, so basically a year and 2 days ago, this drawing here is from April 12th, 2017. I never actually finished it because that's how much I disliked it. And then the sketch from a day before that, it was a very strange looking anime character portrait. So I think those four are just good enough examples of work that I really don't like. Throughout time, there will always be work that I don't like. So it's kind of hard to choose one that I hate the most. So the next question by Animal Pet Lover 21 is, any tips for improving art? Wow. There are many, but I know this is going to sound super, super annoying, and I've heard this a million times before, but practice. Practice. That is the most important thing, because no matter how many textbooks, how many art tutorials, how many art tips you receive, if you don't put them into practice, you're not gonna improve. Really, consistency is key. If I I draw every day. I try to draw every day. I don't always draw every day, but most days I try to at least fit a little sketch in. Even if school's been super busy, I'll doodle something on the side of my page, because I need to keep my hands working. I have to keep my brain thinking, and I have to keep practicing. I need to keep evolving, learning new techniques, putting those techniques into practice. So again, practice. That will work wonders. It works. It does, and it takes time. And I'm sorry I don't have something quicker for you. Maybe life studies. Life studies are fantastic. They really help you to observe and draw what you see. I always like this. It's like a kind of quote or saying, to draw what you see and not what you think you see. So basically that means really study whatever you're drawing and try to set up life, what are they called? Just do life studies. So set maybe a vase onto your desk or a lamp or a cup and try to draw that. Or if you can take life drawing classes, that's also great. So you can study what you see and learn from what you see, and then the more you practice those, you'll get better at drawing that thing. Also, I know a lot of people don't want to do realism, but I think realism is a great way to start out, so you can learn the fundamentals, and then once you've learned those kind of basic rules, then you can start learning to break them. And I think that once you come back to doing a stylized version after practicing realism for a while, you'll find that you can create stylized and cartoony things a lot better than you could before. So those are just a couple of tips. I think that was an extremely long answer, but anyway, let's move on. Zazjabur has a couple of questions. What got you into art, and what do you do to practice, and what motivates you? What got me into art? I just always loved drawing. I think it's just this whole process of watching art develop in front of you, and then you can have a finished physical piece of something that looks like something that people can recognize and see what you were trying to do. I think that's awesome. And also something else that got me into art, I think, was animation. So animated movies, my favorite Disney movies, and Pixar and Marvel. Marvel, I watch and still watch superhero movies from Marvel, and the art and stuff that goes behind it, and comic books, for example. I haven't read too many comic books. I wish I have. I just don't really know where to start. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. Comic book art is fantastic. And all of this is what kind of motivates me and is what got me into art. So what kind of style are you going for, or are you just doing whatever to make art? So, I think I'm not actively trying to get a style. Obviously, I would eventually like to have my own definitive style, but I love drawing so many things. Like I said before, a bunch of different styles: realism, semi-realism, comic, cartoony things like this. I just really think I'm not really trying to do something specific, but eventually I think I would like to have one style that I can refer back to, that people can recognize, even if I do continue drawing a variety of things, which I will do because I enjoy drawing different things and changing it up when I get bored. So yeah, I hope that answers that. And do you think you have improved since you first started YouTube? Yes, absolutely. If you look at some of my older videos, I look back at them and just facepalm a little bit. I was doing tutorials back at the time, and I'm like, how am I teaching people? How is this teaching anyone? I really don't know, but yeah, that's basically how it was. And now I look back, yeah, so it's not bad. It's just I've improved since then, and I can see the flaws in it now that I couldn't see then. So yes, I do definitely think that I have improved since I have started this channel, and I really hope that I've improved, because that's my goal, to continue improving, especially throughout these 2 years. And I think these 2 years that I've been doing YouTube is where I've improved the most. And yeah, so if you guys want to watch some of my older videos, then you can see the improvement. Do you also have any tips for realism? Okay, realism, like I said before, draw what you see, not what you think you see. I think that's just the shortest answer I can give you. Draw what you see, not what you think you see, and study what you are seeing. And what kind of camera do you use? Okay, so I have two cameras which I use on this channel. I have the Nikon D3300. This is an entry-level camera for beginners. It's not great for video too much because there isn't a flip-out screen, so it's a bit hard for me to see what I'm filming, and it also has a time limit for filming of only 20 minutes, so I don't tend to use that as often unless I want a more professional-looking video, such as my reviews. And this video was recorded using a Sony Handycam. No, not a Handycam. It's a Sony camcorder. I'll put it up on screen here. I wouldn't really recommend that you get it. I don't think it's discontinued. It came out back in 2010, I think. And so it was my dad's, and he gave it to me when I first started YouTube, and it's worked fantastic. It's HD quality. That's what I've made this video on. But I wouldn't recommend you buy it now since it's been such a long time, since it's been discontinued anyway. So you could probably get it on eBay pretty cheap. But yeah, I just recommend going with something a little bit newer if you are looking for a camera. And last but not least, this is the final question for today, is what are your top 3 favorite animals? I really like this question. So my top 3 favorite animals. So the first 2 I'd have to say. So my favorite wild animal is a tiger. I love tigers. Any type of tiger. I just love tigers. They're so like majestic, but like terrifying at the same time. Their eyes are beautiful. I've drawn many tigers. I have painted tigers, and I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And my favorite domesticated animal, I would have to say, is a hamster, because I love hamsters. I mean, what else is there to say? They're so cute. I love hamsters. They're just amazing. And for the third one, I'm not really sure. I really don't know what my third favorite animal is. I think so many animals are so beautiful, and I really don't know what to choose for my third favorite animal, so I'm sorry that I've only got my top 2 favorite animals. But I hope that that answer satisfied you anyway. But anyway, whoa, this voiceover and this video are both really long. I hope that you guys enjoyed it anyway, and that you enjoyed this 2-year anniversary on YouTube. Oh my gosh, 2 years. That is absolutely crazy. I actually cannot believe it. I didn't think I would make it this far, but I have, and I have so many amazing people watching my videos. I'm so happy that you are all still here and keeping up to date with my videos and putting up with me even when I'm not uploading videos as regularly. And I'm so happy that you're all so supportive of me and my work, and I just love you all so much. I just really don't know what to say. So thank you all so much for this amazing journey that you have taken me on these past 2 years, and for all the new people that have joined, all the people who have been here since the beginning. Thank you so much to you guys. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I hope that you all have a fantastic day, fantastic weekend, and I will see you in the next video.